G'day guys, welcome to my Xbox feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL's Round 5 recap preview for 2022 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with our first game of that match, we see the Newcastle Knights going up against the Manly Seagulls. Now, this game was absolutely determined that it was absolutely really good match. I didn't think that the Newcastle Knights had a lot of strength against the Manly Seagulls. They had a lot of really good play there and a lot of good carries, but it just determines on Manly how the way Manly really get on top of their form. But 30 points to 6, that game was absolutely crucial, and I didn't think that in this game it was going to be really good, but it obviously was. But in this game, I just thought that in this match, I really didn't think that the Manly Seagulls were going to get over the line, but since they did, it was really some surprising win against the Newcastle Knights. But the Newcastle Knights are a really good team at the moment, but they're not finding a very good strength to get over the line and make it a really good win against the Manly Seagulls. But obviously in this game, it was a really good matchup. I didn't think the Manly Seagulls obviously won that game, but it was really nice to see that match getting determined of a really good win. And obviously, Daly Cherry Evans, he was playing really good. I'm not too sure if Tom Trbojevic did play. I think it was Ruben Garrick, I believe, that played to replace Tom Trbojevic. I'm not exactly too sure. But yeah, what a really good game it was, and absolutely splendid match that we see the Manly Seagulls getting on top of their form and making a really good win against the Newcastle Knights, 30-6. And this game was pretty much one of the flogging game of this match anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Warriors going up against the Cowboys. Now, what a match this was. As I was going to say, the Warriors aren't really good of a team, and so aren't the Cowboys. But obviously when they combine together and make a really good game, obviously it wasn't, and it was one hard game to decide that if the Cowboys were going to win or the Warriors were going to win. But yeah, it was pretty much simple, and it was a really good game to see that coming to a really good end. But the Cowboys first half and second half played a really good game. I thought that the Cowboys were going to win. I was coming home from this comedy show when I did see that this game was going to be tied, and I didn't think that if the Warriors were going to win, they were going to win. But thankfully, that Sean Johnson kicked that field goal to make it 25-24 in this match. Wow, a very close game it was. Absolutely very close game. I didn't think that in this match it was going to be a very crucial game, but wow, what did I see? I see improvement. I see a very good teams that have been improving, but the Cowboys, slowly they are improving, but they're not finding their form at the moment. I reckon they're just going to find their form pretty soon, but not now, because it's obviously the beginning of the NRL. So yeah, they are a very good team, Cowboys, but I reckon they will find their form when they have that full strength team, and also the New Zealand Warriors, hopefully they will. But yeah, luckily that game turned out to be a very good win, and well done from the Warriors, 25-24. The next game of this match, we see the Broncos going up against the Roosters. Now in this match, the Broncos, they were absolutely really good. They were absolutely really getting on top of their form, and they are. But unfortunately though, they didn't win. They only lost by 4 points, and it was 24-20 in this game. But it was a really good determined match that it had to be that improvement of that game. But in this match, what I do think about this game, like how the way they form is, I just think that they are getting on top of their form, but it's going to be a very crucial game, and I hate to think that in this game I have to think that the Broncos do play a really good style of football, but sometimes they struggle with determination in their defense and their attack. But yeah, it's not really good enough to see the Broncos losing another game. But they are improving, they're trying their best. And the Roosters, though, I don't know how the hell they won that game, because usually the Roosters, they find themselves in the deep end and then they obviously lose. But with obviously Sam Walker, James Tedesco, you name it, like Luke Keary, and I think Paul Momorowski, they were on their full strength team, and 24-20 win against the Broncos was absolutely very close to see that game getting a really good scoreline happening. But it was very close, and the Broncos came out solid, but not good enough to see them losing another game against the Roosters. So 25-24. The next game of this match, we see the Raiders going up against the Storm. Now in this game, wow, another 30 points to 16 in that game. This game was absolutely really good by the Storm again to make a really good win, and how the hell that they did, because usually the Melbourne Storm sometimes lose, but they get out on top and they restart, refresh, and they just pretty much a really full strength solid team. And I hate to think that in this game is basically like a really good win, and obviously it was. And the Storm just came out firing in this game, and they were absolutely determined if they want to win or not, but they obviously did. But well done from the Storm, because they are a really good team, and they are a second full strength team that they can't beat the Panthers at all. And I just think that how the way their form was, it was 100%, and they played a really good game against the Raiders. So the Raiders, not a lot to say about this, but the Raiders need to improve on their style of form, because not a lot of ball was happening against you guys, and it was just really poor to see another lost game for you guys that happened. And for all you Raiders fans out there, I do feel so sorry for you guys. You obviously will be devastated that the Raiders obviously lost, but it was an average game of football. But 30-16 scoreline. The next game of this match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against the Dragons. Now in this game, the Rabbits pulled off another win. Wow. The Rabbits were absolutely really good in this team, and they were playing absolutely hard, with their heart and soul, and they were putting so much effort into this game, and how the hell that they obviously win was absolutely crazy. And so obviously in this game, the Rabbits, they pulled off a really good win. I know it was one average game, but it wasn't really a thrashing. 24-12 that scoreline was. And the Dragons, they were absolutely hopeless. They can't get a win. They only got one win out of the whole style streak. So I just hate to think if Dragons get on top of that 8th side, they're not going to last long at all. And so this game was just devastating for the Dragons to basically lose that game, and the Rabbits were all over them. And Latrell Mitchell was off for an injury, I suspect, and he obviously was. And then Blake Tuff came into that side for that replacement of him. Blake Taft played a really good matchup too. I didn't really see him play that much of ball that well. But yeah, the style of game that the Rabbitohs played was absolutely excellent. Give my heart and soul out to you and credit to you guys. You guys are a really good team. But the Dragons though, I hate to think that if you guys do not win again, you're going to go in the wooden spoon side. It's either the Dragons or the Tigers. Either one of those two will go into that wooden spoon side if you guys keep on losing and losing and losing. But yeah, well done from the Rabbits for making a really good win against the Dragons, 24-12. The next game of this match, we see the Titans going up against the Parramatta Eels. My Parramatta Eels did solid, did good, played average, and they played proud. Wow. Up at Titans' home ground, Seabus Super Stadium, where last time we played at the CommBank Stadium, so yeah, it was switched. So it was just one of those games that really determined that it was an absolute really good win. I hate to think though that if this match was going to be determined, it obviously was, because like in the first half, the Eels, they came out firing in that game, but the Titans in the first half, they didn't really play a very strong game of football, and they obviously didn't. Because I got told a little bit of rumour saying that David Fafita is the worst player to go to the Titans, and apparently that's one of the reasons why he went to the Titans and is obviously losing the game. But the Eels, they are really solid, and I cannot believe that they won against the Titans. But since we won against the Titans, we have got a good record against the Titans up there. But sometimes we do lose against the Titans. But yeah, that's not to basically worry. But yeah, 26-20 in that match was absolutely very close for the Titans to come back and make it a really good win. But unfortunately though, it was stuck to that scoreline, and yeah, only the Parramatta Eels won by 6 points in that game, and this match was going to be really average game of football, and obviously was 26-20, and my Parramatta Eels won that game. Up Parramatta! The next game of this match, we see the Sharks going up against the West Tigers now. Wow. 30-4. Absolutely devastating and so embarrassing that the West Tigers lost that game. And the only try that scored in that game was Ken Mamalo, and it was in the last minute of the second half before going into that full time. Wow. Sharks, they were killing them. They were absolutely destroying them. And they were absolutely, like, getting a win. And I knew for a fact that the Sharks were going to win that game. And since that, as I mentioned about the West Tigers and the Dragons, the West Tigers are definitely going to go into the wooden spoon, and so is the Dragons, if they don't play their style of game properly. If they keep losing, the Tigers, they're not going to have a really good season at all. But here's a good thing that I recommend, because every single time I see Robbie Farah going into that water boy's position, he just does passing, like he wants them to pass one out. You don't do that. And basically, I reckon though, who can be a good coach, an assistant coach, Chris Lawrence can be an assistant coach, and I reckon Benji Marshall will be a really good coach for the West Tigers, and get rid of Michael Maguire. He is useless, absolutely useless. He cannot coach he cannot coach a team. He's absolutely useless, and he needs to go real bad. But yeah, well done from the Sharks for making a really good win against the West Tigers, 30-4. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Panthers. Now, another easy win that came to determine in that match. But the Bulldogs, they are an alright team. And since they play a very good style of football, they play alright. But in the first half, the Bulldogs didn't play a very good game. But the Panthers, they played a very good matchup. And they came out firing in this match to really determine that if they want to win that game, and they obviously did. 32-12 in that match. Very good scoreline in this game, but the Bulldogs played a little bit better, as I was gonna presume, because last couple of weeks the Bulldogs haven't really been playing a really good style of game. And I feel so sorry for you guys, but yeah, since all of the people have been going into that Bulldogs squad from different other clubs, it's gonna get use of. They need to get use of like the ball handling and how the way they want to play their style of game, like going up against like the opposite teams. But the Panthers, wow, another win, absolute another win, and I cannot believe that the Panthers played a really good style of game. And Dylan Edwards, he played a really good matchup. So did Stephen Crichton, Upside Coruscant, Mitch Kenny. All those players played a really good game, and I hate to think that if Stephen Crichton goes into another team, the Panthers are just going to fall down below. But yeah, absolute really good matchup by the Panthers to win against the Bulldogs, 32-12. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys. Stay safe and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 244 anyway, so let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.